fifth edition of my revisited series. Revisited meaning going back to look at recordings from the past. This one that we're doing today, Incantations, was released in 2017. I'm expecting some international visitors before too long, and for them, I should say bienvenue or bienvenidos or bem-vindos, and I'll get back into that a little bit later. But for now, I'm going to start with the first song on the album, which is The Fire So Soon. I wrote the chorus to this song somewhere between Columbus and Cincinnati on my way to Kentucky to see family. The verses are what I call vignettes. They're really quite directly from life experience. The Fire So Soon. On the rotted fruit from the markets of Marseille, his future never longer than the hours of a day. Played his silver whistle with the gypsies in their camps, slept beneath the wagons in the cold and the damp. Songs of forgiveness, chants of the brave, hymns of oblivion, of princes and slaves. Body of innocence, soul of the moon, smoke on the meadow, the fire so soon. She was dancing with her lover across the color line. She said she'd leave South Africa, it was 1969. She asked me for some money to help pay for her flight. She'd look him up in Memphis and it would be alright. Songs of forgiveness, chants of the brave, hymns of oblivion, of princes and slaves. Body of innocence, soul of the moon, smoke on the meadow, fire so soon. Working in the barrios, well dressed among the tatters. Blessed and believing, he thought that he could matter. When the police came to take him, no one was surprised. His comrades crossed the border in the dark of the night. Songs of forgiveness, chants of the brave, hymns of oblivion, of princes and slaves. Body of innocence, soul of the moon, smoke on the meadow, fire so soon. Of forgiveness, chants of the brave, hymns of oblivion, of princes and slaves.
body of innocence, soul of the moon, smoke on the meadow, fire so soon, the fire so soon. All right, fire so soon. Thanks to those of you who are commenting, and I do see that I have my bem-vindo. I'm not sure it was in time to catch Carlos, and bienvenido. If there are Hispanophones in the audience, I'm going to do a song now. I write a lot of good love songs, and this one's about a love gone bad. Got to balance things out a little bit. It's called Bobby and Ginny. Bobby came home from the laundromat, set down his clothes and his keys. He was alone in his two-room flat. Now he could do what he pleased, 'cause Ginny had moved back to Memphis. She took both the kid and the car. So Bobby took down her photograph that hung on the wall like a scar. Ginny drove off in the Mustang when Jimbo sat next to their son. She knew even Bobby would soon divine that he just could not be the one, 'cause Ginny had loved with abandon, but abandon was all Bobby got. Bobby took down his George T. Stag and poured himself a double shot. It was so hard to believe that his business had been nothing but fooling around. Happy was something he dreamed of, lonely was all that he found. Bobby turned on the TV, watched Geraldo for a while. Those people he used to make fun of could no longer get him to smile. He thought about making his exit, about putting the slug in his head. Bobby took down his 22 and shot up the TV instead.
Bobby and Ginny. All right. Next one I'm going to do for you is, those of you who know my music, you know that I sometimes write in French, and this is an example of that. And the international contingent may include some francophones at this point. So it's called C'est pas pour moi, and it's a story of a small town kid moving to the big city and really discovering he should have known better. C'est pas pour moi, it's not for me. C'est pas pour moi, cette trop grande ville. Je suis un garde des ruelles d'un village tranquille, un petit paumé qui sait se dire halte au premier pas sur vilain asphalte. J'ai grandi loin de cette rouge lumière qui ronge le ciel de vos guerrières. J'ai côtoyé de ces naïves bêtes qu'affolent toujours les bruits de fête. C'est une petite histoire pathétique à laquelle il ne manque que le romantique. On est donc arrivé en ville comme on tombe dans l'eau. Je fus bientôt seul dans ce froid plateau. Il y a eu déception, il n'y a pas eu mort. Mais vous conviendrez que j'ai pas eu tort. C'est pas pour moi, cette trop grande ville. Je suis un garde des ruelles d'un village tranquille, un petit paumé qui aurait dû se dire halte au premier pas sur ce vilain asphalte, au premier pas sur ce vilain asphalte. C'est pas pour moi. In fact, I love big cities. But you know, when you're telling stories in songs, it's not always. It can be first person. That doesn't mean it's necessarily personal. The next one is a protest song. It's a song that I wrote, really inspired by the classic protest songs of the '60s, the beginning of the folk revival. I still remember very clearly the first time I heard the Era Change by Bob Dylan, and it was the beginning of a new era. This one's called I Saw the Sea. It's updated, of course, my protest song is updated for current day crises to a certain extent, but this was written in 2016 or so there's a certain lag there. So, I saw the sea, in parentheses, come slowly rising. I saw the sea come slowly rising as the white glacier slipped away. Saw the seasons shift, the migrations drift, while profits kept on growing day to day. I saw the butterflies bewildered as the oryx pierced the ground.
I saw the land pass from hand to hand. I heard the farmers grieving sound. Now is the time to put names to these crimes and gather your friends and mine and draw the line. I saw the guns in every hand and the child soldiers that were hired. I saw the blood in a crimson flood. In the names of many gods, the shots were fired. I saw the faceless corporations hiding behind policemen's shields. I saw mothers' fears turn to mothers' tears. I saw the fresh graves in the fields. Now is the time to put names to these crimes and gather your friends and mine and draw the line. Behind our television fantasies, the masters of the universe preside. The theft of nature's bounty by a self-chosen few will with the thirst for bread and justice soon collide. I saw the newspapers defeated and their great voices slowly fade. Heard the poets bark, turned to whispers in the dark, while the information oligarchs got paid. I saw the voters turned away by rules that we had seen before. Jim Crow in the night, protecting all its white, while money bought elections by the score. Now is the time to put names to these crimes and gather your friends and mine and draw the line. I saw the sea come slowly rising. Of course, it's not that slowly as we've heard recently, but hopefully we'll turn that around. Okay, the next one is a song called Lordstown, and it's written about a town of that name and the auto assembly plant of that name, which I've driven by a fair amount. It's been there for 60, almost 70 years now, I would think. And multiple generations of mostly men were able to bring home decent paychecks and provide for their families. So this song is for them. It's called Lordstown. Grandpa tired of farming, working 14 hours a day. So he signed on at Lordstown to build a Chevrolet. Bought himself a ranch house in a suburb north of town. And watched TV on Sundays, the Cleveland Indians and the Browns. He drove up to Lordstown, parked his Chevy in the lot. Thank God for the paycheck every time he punched the clock. Every time he punched the clock. Daddy was a prom king. He was Grandpa's favorite son. Spent too much time on football while his schoolwork went undone. His daddy was a fullback on that high school team, but a knee twist at the goal line blew up his college dream. So he drove up to Lordstown, parked a Chevy in the lot, and thank God for the paycheck every time he punched the clock. Every time he punched the clock. I went off to college, and I'm proud of what I know. The jobs that I've been offered won't pay off what I owe. See the layoffs and the robots, I won't get what Daddy had. But at least I'm working, and Jesus, am I glad. So I drive up to Lordstown, park my Chevy in the lot. I thank God for the paycheck every time I punch the clock. Every time I punch the clock. Every time I punch the clock. Lordstown. Yeah. Okay. So it is true. I know that we have important events in contemporary life happening as we speak, and we need a break, and we are thinking we're getting one here. I'm going to do the title song from Incantations now. This took a while to write. Some songs you sit down and finish them pretty quickly. This one took several years, and here we go, Incantations. I was born among believers in the green and dripping West. Read Kerouac's new Bible and mistook him for the best. Then I wandered into politics and I let them touch my face. I lost not just my innocence, but my one slim chance of grace. So I sing these incantations, revelations to no one. Yes, I sing these incantations to salvations come undone. Come undone. My mother kept her Christmas cards and the titles to our slaves, wrote Pentecostal histories in which we all were saved. came from ancient nomad clans. They kept careful track. But with the mess we've made here, they would never ask us back. So we sang these incantations, revelations to no one. Yes, we sing these incantations to salvations come undone. While the children godless and yet still speak in tongue, these must be distant memories from when the world was young. I spent far too many mornings doing penance for my nights. Instead of asking for forgiveness, I kept asking for my rights. Now my only hope of happiness is to step right off this earth and come back as a copperhead or pray for virgin birth. So I sing these incantations, revelations to no one. Yes, I sing these incantations to salvations come undone. Come undone. Come undone. Incantations. All right. Well, thanks to you all for coming. I've got another couple of songs here. This one is, as you know, songwriters spend a lot of time on relationships and so forth. And in relationships, you can take it from several angles: fun, jealousy, uncertainty, pain, etc. Lots of emotions. And then there comes a time when you're spoken for, and you know it. That's the name of this song, Spoken For. Wandering in the summer green, when things may not be as they seem. He was pretty, so was she. They talked of lands beyond the sea. And she said, do not misinterpret what this means, 'cause I'm spoken for. Yes, I'm spoken for. There's a little less glitter, but a lot more gold. He'll still love me when I'm old. I'm spoken for. Spoken for. He was where he might have stayed. He knew she had only strayed when she touched his chest and raised her brow. He said, I cannot allow to let you throw your one best chance away, 'cause you're spoken for. Yes, you're spoken for. There's a little less better, a lot more gold. He'll still love you when you're old. You're spoken for. Spoken for. And the carousel goes round to the organ circus sound. When it stops, will you know how to put your feet back on the ground? Now look across the bay and wonder at the things we've said. And every day we fought and won the right to be not two but one. And the words remembered echo in my head, 'cause now I'm spoken for. Yes, I'm spoken for. There's a little less glitter, but a lot more gold. I'll still love you when we're old. I'm spoken for. Yes, I'm spoken for. Spoken for. Spoken for. All right, we're at my last song here. Very grateful to all of you for coming, and glad to see that we've got some portugueses here, and I'm sure there's some francophones as well. But it's kind of an interesting situation, this streaming stuff. Well, we've figured out how to make it sound pretty good, and it enables us, by playing in the afternoon here. Some of my friends from long ago, who are still my friends today, are able to listen, which otherwise would be impossible. So that's a good thing. And I'll try to mix in this kind of internationally friendly show now and again as we go forward, because we don't see the end of this. Those of you who are seeing this on delay, hopefully you won't know what I'm talking about by then. But for right now, live music looks a lot like this. All right, I'm going to finish up with a song called Kansas, and I call these type of songs notebook songs. I spent some time in Kansas, and I took some notes, and here they are in song form. Kansas. I don't have friends, I got buddies who keep my boots on, even when they're muddy. All the sweet things, they call me honey, they treat me so nice. While they're taking my money, I was born here in Kansas. This is where I'll stay. May not be heaven, but it sure does feel feel that way. I go down to Quicker Liquor on a Saturday night, or up to Hog Heaven for some ribs and Bud Light. My truck is two-tone, red on top, dust on the bottom. You want some back seats? Well, you know that I ain't got 'em. I was born here in Kansas. This is where I'll stay. It may not be heaven, but it sure does feel that way. If we're not out on the rigs, we'll be out on the range. We can tell you're not from here if you think that's strange. Some like the short horns, I like the long. Jesus rules the radio, I'm right where I belong. Was born here in Kansas, and this is where I'll stay. It may not be heaven, but it sure does feel that way. It sure does feel that way. All right, Kansas. Thanks again, everybody, and feel free to subscribe, like, leave comments, etc. I see there's a nice group of comments already, and I will respond once I've logged off formally here. And once again, thanks for coming. Au revoir, hasta la vista, y hasta la próxima. Right? We'll see you next time. Thanks for coming.